What is up, guys? Dashing here for episode 617 of Community Universe Mode and edition number 8 of Supremacy. A little bit late, few days, but here we are for an action-packed card as always, still on the road to Ascendant 7 and only a little over a week away from Homecoming, one of the final roadblocks on the way to the show of shows, but things are going to get underway with a first-time ever matchup. The former Fusion Tag Team Champion and two-time CMV Anarchy Champion movie star himself, Tyson Cage, coming off of a few weeks off. Going to be taking on an aspiring Anarchy Champion in the fan-favorite Bloody Justice. Bloody Justice, who had a lot of fanfare heading into Absolution. I think he was the favorite for a lot of people to actually win the Royal Rumble match, and he had a pretty decent go in the match itself. But perhaps more importantly than that, he's drawn the ire of Big Braxton Sutter. He and the Cleaner have been embroiled in a rivalry these past couple of months, but he's going to have to focus on the task at hand because Tyson Cage ain't going to be no easy thing to overcome. And if Bloody Justice can win this match, defeating a former two-time Anarchy champion, that might be just what he needs to get back into that number one contender's position, although we do know Shamrock is next in line for a shot at Walter Willett and the Anarchy Championship, winning that number one contender's Fatal 4-Way Elimination match on the last episode of Aftermath. Going to be a great show. I cannot wait for our main event. Percy Simmons, one-on-one with the undisputed World Heavyweight Champion, Andrew Briggs. Andrew's first match since he retained the title against Xander Slate at Absolution. And we now know, of course, that he's going to defend his title again at Homecoming in the first ever championship scramble match against Xander Slate, Josh Wolf, Brett Angel, and Reese Ortiz. Xander Slate and Brett Angel in after tonight. Slate taking on PJ Moon. Angel going up against Harvey Hastings. And a whole lot more. Some breaking news as well to get to pertaining to the World Championship a little bit later on. Tyson Cage said last week in an interview he hasn't accomplished a lot of the stuff on his to-do list before he retires at this year's Ascendance to focus on his Hollywood career. But he's going to make these last few months count. And a return victory to kick off Supremacy will most certainly get him that notoriety he craves. Two very different personalities and also very different in-ring styles about to clash. Here comes a former two-time Fusion Tag Team Champion in his own right. But for the past half year, Bloody Justice been trying desperately to get recognized as a legitimate threat in the singles division. He's come close multiple times to capturing the Anarchy Championship a fingertip away, but it's always gotten away from him. During his trials and tribulations, though, his fan base has only grown stronger with each passing week. So here we go. Tyson Cage, Bloody Justice, one-on-one to start Supremacy Episode 8. Referee Tyson rings the bell. Bloody Justice going for a big old clothesline right away. Now we go to a collar double tie-up at the Tyson Cage reverse into a waistlock by Bloody Justice. Looks like he's got it locked in tightly. Tyson Cage able to escape into a waistlock of his own. Tyson Cage probably going to enjoy a speed advantage over Bloody Justice. Nice takedown right there into a side headlock. Now Tyson Cage is showing BJ how it's done. Wrenching on the head. Standing side headlock. Let's go. Tyson Cage gets a kick off to the leg. You know, Tyson Cage can hit that code breaker of his out of nowhere at any moment. Bloody Justice has to be weary of that. Already calling for deletion. There's that clothesline he was looking for before, knocking Tyson Cage down to the outside. Referee Tyson begins his count at 1. Bloody Justice looking to inflict some damage on the outside, but a trio of punches to the gut by Tyson Cage setting himself free. Now he's got a hold of Bloody Justice, smashing him face first off of the apron, and we all know that apron is not a fun place to be slammed down onto. Back into the ring we go. Tyson Cage with the upper hand. Stomp to the lower back, takes the arm, smashes it off the canvas. Now goes for an early pin. Not even a 1 count, though. Bloody Justice trying to shake the cobwebs, pulled up to a vertical base, guys. Also tonight we get a rematch. Well, not even really a rematch. The match we were supposed to get last week between Zach Angel and Alistair Knox, but hang on a minute, guys. Look who's coming out here. The cleaner, Braxton Sutter. I told you, things are not over between these two. The big man's coming down to ringside, and Tyson Cage is going to capitalize on the distraction that's been caused. Not able to get too much of an upper hand, though. Bloody Justice back into it. Seems like Braxton Sutter is content to stay at ringside, though. This does not fare well for Bloody Justice now. Tyson Cage continuing to come at him. The dashing one gets sent back with a jawbreaker and another clothesline. How can you see Braxton Sutter standing at ringside and not be intimidated? 7 feet tall, 300 pounds. Bloody Justice has gone head-to-head with him on multiple occasions. You'll remember Bloody Justice eliminated him from that impromptu battle royal a few weeks ago, after Bloody Justice had failed to defeat Braxton Sutter one-on-one and an over-the-top rope battle royal. Shots to the midsection with some elbows. At least Braxton Sutter isn't trying to interfere at all, other than his presence, obviously. Didn't look like Bloody Justice got all that clothesline, but enough of it. Tyson Cage coming back, creating some distance between he and BJ. There's that wicked right hand of Tyson Cage, turning to his fans in the audience, pandering a bit before stomping on the lower back, going back to that arm. I wonder what the strategy could be there from Tyson Cage. Irish whip, Bloody Justice out onto the apron, trying to hang on for dear life. Another right hand coming in. Bloody Justice saw it coming his way that time, and a choke slam backbreaker from Bloody Justice, who now backs into the corner. Oh, but Braxton Sutter, I guess I spoke too soon. The cleaner making his presence known. And Bloody Justice fell for it. Teardrop suplex, and here comes Tyson Cage to finish things off with the code breaker. Falling into the pin, hooking the leg. 1, 2, 3, and Tyson Cage gets the win and his return. Big assist, though, from Braxton Sutter. Braxton Sutter, once again, knocking the ball back into Bloody Justice's court. How will BJ respond? He had Tyson Cage dead to rights, but then the distraction followed by the code breaker and the dashing one. With another impressive victory. And look at this! Braxton Sutter has actually gotten into the ring. It looks like maybe him and Tyson Cage are chumming it up. Cage knows he only got that win because of Braxton Sutter helping out. Up next, guys, it is the OG Dirty Heel Xander Slate with his hired hand Kyle Ross in tow, taking on PJ Moon in a first-time matchup. Don't forget, still to come, guys. Actually, up next after this match, Baron Blade has to go one-on-one with Chris Sullivan as per their deal. The Armbar Society challenged the Soley brothers to a match at Homecoming for the Unified World Tag Team titles, but Chris Sullivan said, only if I get Baron Blade one-on-one. And so, Blade, the ABS, agreed, and it's going to happen tonight. But what kind of condition is Chris Sullivan in after he, well, barely survived that steel cage match, challenging Walter Belay for the Anarchy Championship? Belay just about broke him in half in retaining. I guess we'll find out. Also, Perry Heenan and Shay Hoxton going to step up to each other after that wild tag team match last episode of Supremacy. A lot of people wondering what's going on with the International Championship. Who is Pierre Thompson going to defend against at Homecoming? Perhaps that'll be answered with whoever has their arm raised between Heenan and Hoxton. Xander Slate, we all know, failed to capture the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship from Andrew Briggs back in Absolution one-on-one. He does have another chance, though, at Homecoming, being a part of that championship scramble match, joined by Josh Wolf, Brett Angel, Reese Ortiz, and obviously the champion himself, Andrew Briggs. But PJ Moon, the Royal Rumble winner, no matter whom is champion, will face him in the main event of Ascendant 7 for the title. Xander Slate says, I'm the next world champion, but PJ Moon on Twitter said, no, I'm the next world champion. Whether it be Andrew Briggs or anyone else, I'm going to leave the show of shows with that championship around my waist. The king of the ring, hoping for some momentum heading into the scramble. A lot of people thought he was going to be the one to the throne. Andrew Briggs, especially after Pierre Thompson handed Briggs just a few nights before his first loss this entire season, but Briggs was able to bounce back. Again, our main event, Percy Simmons going one-on-one with Andrew Briggs, and what should be a show stealer. A lot of matches had the potential to steal the show here tonight, though. And guys, top of the show, I mentioned a huge announcement by General Manager Jade Dynamite. Next week, right here on Supremacy, the Go Home Edition before Homecoming, very may well not be Andrew Briggs defending his world title in the championship scramble at Homecoming, because George King has been granted his one-on-one shot that he's been petitioning for months now, ever since, well, Validation really, where he won the Champion of Champions triple threat. And a lot of people, even some haters, have said he is overdue a shot at the championship, and he's going to get it. So whomever walks out between George King and Andrew Briggs next week will then defend in the championship scramble at Homecoming. But you got to know, King is elated. He's going to be watching tonight's main event closely, I'm sure. Probably not so happy that if he wins the championship next week, he'll have to then immediately defend it only a few days later against 4 opponents, but I don't think George King is going to complain at this point. Even I've said he should have gotten that shot at the title a long time ago. And here he comes. The Royal Rumble winner, PJ Moon, who had Absolution, entered at number 30, and last eliminated Brett Angel to ensure his golden ticket to the main event of the grandest stage of them all. PJ Moon is actually coming up on his 1-year anniversary here in CMV. He debuted at last year's Purgatory, and Purgatory, of course, we know, is the last stop before Homecoming, or before, I should say, Ascendance, after Homecoming. But PJ Moon, even though he knows where he'll be come Ascendant 7, doesn't mean he just gets to sit on his rear end these next few months. He's got Kevin Silva one-on-one at Homecoming next Sunday. Kevin Silva said, PJ Moon, you should challenge the true undisputed world heavyweight champion. Instead of that phony Andrew Briggs, and PJ Moon said, hey, I'm game. So a little bit of a tune-up for Moon before Ascendant 7, just as this match is right here. Time for Moon to step up his game in the ring with a former two-time world champion. Xander Slate going to take a hold of the arm early on. PJ Moon finding it hard to get out of. Now we get a takedown. Moon on one knee. Xander still has that armbar. Ooh, look at that. Moon turns around into a Fujiwara as Kyle Ross watches closely from ringside. Referee Tyson staying on the action. Nice T-bone suplex from Xander Slate. Only a 1 count, though. PJ Moon quickly back to his feet after taking that shot. Now a bit of a walk. Gonna smash his face into that top turnbuckle, not just once, again and again from the show. I'm sure Slate didn't much appreciate Moon's trash talking on Twitter last week. Reverse DDT from the Royal Rumble winner. Then a stomp to the knee. Goes for a running stomp. Gets out of the way of that one. Some well-placed kicks to the back of the leg. Right to the hamstring. And a tilt-the-world DDT. Rushes into the pin, but still remembering to hook the leg. Despite that, didn't even get a 1 count. That's the type of opponent Xander Slate is. Look at this triangle choke from PJ Moon. Something I don't think we've ever seen from Moon before. Xander Slate finds a way out of it. Look at that upper body strike. Now that is impressive, although he almost collapses. Seems like the damage may have been done. Closes back in. Big old punch to the face. Another T-bone suplex. Another pin. Still unable to find that 1 count, though. Closes in with a big boot. Moon catches it. Flips him around. Are we going to get a Muda lock? I think we are. Muda lock from PJ Moon. And Xander Slate, who throughout his career has been known to play around with submissions, is kind of getting tested. Moon has got this locked in tightly. Gets broken, though. Xander Slate grabbing at the back of his head. Keep a close eye on Slate going forward. His conditioned discus knee strike from Moon. That is vintage PJ. You see Kyle Ross causing the distraction. Referee Tyson not falling for it, though. May have been for not, but gave Slate a little bit of time. And here's Kyle Ross again interfering. Moon gonna fall for it, and Xander Slate coming up behind. Back suplex down onto the knee. This gives Slate another chance, an opportunity to make a comeback. PJ Moon ain't here for it, though. Arm drag, Slate down to one knee. Mega DDT almost put Slate through the canvas. Good Lord. Irish whip. What is PJ gearing up for? Goes for a big old drop kick. Slate with a cravat driver as Moon turns around. He did not see that coming. Lateral press. Still, though, PJ Moon out before the count of 1. And Kyle Ross, what's he doing there? Digging under the ring. The protege of Xander Slate just tossed in a steel chair. PJ Moon, though, might be looking to use it himself. Dropping Slate sternum first on the top roper. Maybe not. What's Moon doing here? The cogs in his mind are turning. And the build-up to Ascendant 7, PJ Moon. What's Moon doing? Oh, he's getting rid of the steel chair. He's not going to give Slate a chance to use it, but that may have played into Slate's hands. Front headlock from the OG Dirty Heel. Big punch. Almost went through Moon's head. Punch to the jaw. Oh, man. Big boot right to the face. May have knocked a couple of PJ's teeth down his throat. Slate, middle of the ring, from behind. Moves on Dream Street. Clean Slate. 1, 2. Oh my God. Because of the distraction with the chair, Xander Slate was just a millisecond away from beating the Royal Rumble winner. But PJ Moon remaining resilient, as we all know him to be. The former Fusion Tag Team Champion missing that clothesline on the rebound. Slate's going to take advantage because of it. Up against the ropes, slingshotted back into the center of the ring. Misses the stomp. Moon tries to go for a slap. Kick to the midsection. Instead, Moon has got to do something, and do something quickly to turn this match around, because it has been all Xander Slate these last few minutes. Oh no, come on, there's a reason they call him the OG Dirty Heel. Digging into his bag of tricks. 1, 2. But Moon, despite the added leverage for Slate on that pin, able to kick out. Back into the corner. What is Moon doing here? Tossing Slate to the outside. Hang on a minute. PJ Moon. Baseball slide drop kick under the bottom rope. And man, Slate went flying back. The king of the ring seeing stars right now. While Moon has the chance, going to take a deep breath, pacing himself. Moon is a phenomenal competitor, but there are certainly things that he can improve on. Every single superstar, always, doesn't matter how good they are, there's something that they can be better at. Clothesline from Slate. Ooh, look at the way PJ Moon landed. And PJ has most definitely got to be in top condition come Ascendant 7, no matter who he's up against for that World Championship. Whether it's still Andrew Briggs, whether it's George King, whether it's Xander Slate, whether it's anybody from the championship scramble. Remember, Purgatory is still to come. And a hell of a match so far. I thought Xander Slate had it earlier after the chair distraction and the clean slate. Oh, here comes the snap bear. Big boot again. Guys, if PJ Moon loses this match, he will lose a lot of the momentum he gained winning the Royal Rumble match. And Slate has just pinned PJ Moon. Guys, that is one of the very few singles losses PJ Moon has taken since arriving in CMV almost a year ago. And you know who's got to be smiling from ear to ear in the back right now? Kevin Silva, who's got PJ Moon one-on-one at Homecoming next Sunday. Xander Slate proving he is still a threat to that World Championship. Definitely what I would call an upset win, guys. PJ Moon was still riding the wave of momentum he got from winning the Royal Rumble, but wasn't able to use it to his advantage against Slate here. Too much trickery from the OG Dirty Heel. And in the end, it took a boot to the face. Can PJ Moon bounce back, guys? Because Kevin Silva is not going to take it easy on him at Homecoming. And up next, guys, it is Chris Sullivan's dream. He gets Baron Blade one-on-one in that ring. No interference, no armbar society, no Willie. And this is the moment Sullivan has been waiting for almost a month now, ever since Baron Blade revealed that it was him behind everything that drove a wedge between the Sully Bros. But despite that, they were able to come together and win the Unified World Tag Team titles at Absolution. Now they will defend them against the Armbar Society, a team that has had their number again and again at Homecoming. But first, Sullivan is going to try to relieve a bit of that pent-up anger he's got deep down inside. Honestly, I find it hard to believe that Baron Blade actually agreed to these terms. But he is a man full of himself. He pinned Chris Sullivan, don't forget, in that handicap match last month. But just that, it was a handicap match, not a one-on-one match. Although Baron Blade probably is thinking he's walking into this one with the upper hand because of what Chris Sullivan went through in that steel cage match against Walter Belay last episode. There's no way he's 100%. Baron Blade might be older in his years, but in his prime, he was a phenomenal in-ring competitor, and it seems like he's still got a little bit of that juice left over, so I'm not going to fully count him out. Although I think Chris Sullivan is just reaching his peak, a part of the inaugural Trios Champions, a two-time Trios Champion, former and last ever United States Champion, and now one half of the Unified World Tag Team Champs with his baby bro. It has been a roller coaster of a ride for Sullivan this season. A lot of ups and a lot of downs. All he wants to do is punch Baron Blade in the face, defeat the Armbar Society at Homecoming, and finally move on from this whole debacle. Baron Blade agreeing to not bring the Armbar Society out here. Chris Sullivan agreeing to not bring Willie out here. This should be one-on-one, but I'm not going to put anything past Baron Blade and the ABS. Baron Blade and Chris Sullivan, one-on-one, quite a generational gap between these two, but we'll see what happens. Still a hell of a lot to get to here tonight. A match we were supposed to see last week between Zach Angel and Alistair Knox, but we all know what happened. Zach Angel attacking Alistair Knox before the match got it thrown out. Hopefully, we'll get to see it this time. Perry Heenan one-on-one with Shea Hoxton, and what a main event. Percy Simmons toe-to-toe with the undisputable heavyweight champion, Andrew Briggs. And so far, it is all Chris Sullivan. I don't think anybody is surprised about that, though. Kick to the chest by Baron Blade. Look at this. He's starting to come back a little bit. Not going to throw my lot into his corner just yet, but jawbreaker. Baron Blade sends stumbling back, goes for a bicycle big boot. Does Sully. Instead gets a back suplex from Double B. Hang on a minute. What's, what? Gary Reed? I knew we weren't going to get a clean one-on-one match, but what's Reed doing? What's Gary Reed doing? He's, hang on. Oh, I see what's happening. I see what's happening here. Gary Reed just attacked Baron Blade, guys, and that means that Baron Blade has won via disqualification. These, oh, I don't even know what to call them. I'm so frustrated right now. You have got to be kidding me. Gary Reed attacking Baron Blade, which, as per the rules, means Baron Blade wins by disqualification, and Baron Blade can now say he has beaten Chris Sullivan twice, guys, and Sullivan's jaw is just dropped as Gary Reed and Baron Blade escape up the ramp and to the back. Ugh. God, I'm fed up with this alliance between Baron Blade and the Armbar Society, quite honestly. I hope they get what they deserve at Homecoming. But anyway, up next, again, a match we were supposed to see last week between Zach Angel and Alistair Knox, but it got thrown out because Zach Angel attacked Alistair Knox before the match began. So Jay Dynamite giving it a chance to actually happen. This time, Zach Angel, who after months and months of being very ominous on Twitter, made his debut in the Royal Rumble match at Absolution and actually had a hell of a go, too. He eliminated Braxton Sutter, lasted almost 10 minutes. Meanwhile, Alistair Knox returned in that very same Royal Rumble after 6 months on the shelf. So I'm very excited to see what these two can bring to the table against each other. But hey, hang on, guys. I'm getting word that something's happening backstage. We're going to get a cameraman on the scene. It's Zach Angel! He's attacking Alistair Knox before the match again! Zach Angel once more ambushing Alistair Knox before their scheduled matchup here on Supremacy. And it seems like, unlike last week, Zach Angel isn't just intent on sending a simple message. He's continuing the attack. We're trying to get in contact with security to find out where these two are right now. Somewhere backstage, beating the hell out of each other. Zach Angel, the former Rising Star, Anarchy, and United States Champion. Alistair Knox is getting a bit of an edge over Angel now. Last week, these two were held apart by swarms of security guards and superstars. There just seems to be an instant hatred between these two superstars that is unfolding here as they continue to throw shots at each other back and forth like a game of tennis. Nobody has a discernible edge. I just want to see these two fight cleanly in the ring, but it seems like an impossible endeavor because Zach Angel refuses. He's taking the fight to Alistair Knox wherever he damn chooses to. But Alistair Knox seems to be okay with that. He's fighting back. And Alistair, it has been a long time since we've... Oh, forearm smash. I thought he was going for his guillotine choke, which he dubs censorship. But instead, he threw out a nasty forearm to the jaw, which Zach Angel just ate like it was a tasty treat. Thrown into the supply box, shoulder first, overhand punch. Zach Angel grabbing Alistair Knox by the hair. Throwing him, guys, into that electric box, which, I mean, you can see for yourself, it says danger on it in big, bold letters. What is Zach Angel doing here? And he can end up seriously hurting Alistair Knox, but I think that's his goal. Seatbelt suplex. Alistair landed right on his head, and Zach Angel now bashing the base of Knox's skull off that concrete floor. Sickening. Alistair Knox trying to maintain his composure, but understandably so, he's having a tough time. Enzu Lariat, Zach Angel's the one standing, and look at this. No remorse as he lays into Alistair Knox. An Angel now. A Hangman's neck breaker on that concrete, and Angel is the last man standing as he looks down hauntingly at his handiwork. Alistair Knox returning after 6 months on the shelf. He might find himself right back where he was. Zach Angel. Disgusting. Well, believe it or not, guys, as the medical crew helps out Alistair Knox, we'll get an update about him later on. Who knows where Zach Angel has ran off to. It's time for our tertiary main event. Perry Heenan set to go one-on-one with Shay Hoxton. These two involved in a tag team match last episode. It was Pierre Thompson and Perry Heenan versus Shay Hoxton and Dante Tatum, believe it or not. And to my surprise, and I think a lot of the CMV Universe's surprise, they worked very well together. Gave Thompson and Heenan quite a fight, but in the end, the international champion and the Pitbull were able to get the job done. So with the question being, who will Pierre Thompson defend his international championship against at Homecoming? The winner of this will have a very strong argument as to why it should be them. Shay Hoxton, of course, challenged Thompson for the international title back at Absolution. Came close, but wasn't able to get that Juan, that 2, or that 3. Meanwhile, Perry Heenan has been on a rampage, tearing through the entire roster, and even ending the CMV career of Jason Spade at Absolution. I think he already has a solid argument as to why he should be the one to get that championship match. Only be strengthened by a victory here over the former Anarchy champion in Shay Hoxton. Main event stood upon Percy Simmons one-on-one with the undisputable heavyweight champion, Andrew Briggs. Don't forget, Aftermath, immediately following the end of Supremacy. I know it's a messed up week because of some scheduling errors, but NGW will be tomorrow on Tuesday, and Supremacy, the next episode, will be on Friday as usual. Homecoming this Sunday, guys, live from Hawaii. Very, very, very excited as we continue on the road to Ascendant 7. Sun Guy is a big Perry Heenan fan, yeah. Former Anarchy champion in his own right, winner of the second annual Deadly Games. This season started off rough for Perry Heenan, but boy, has he turned things around. Nobody has been able to stand in his way without getting cut in half. Guys, speaking about Homecoming, just received word a little while ago from General Manager Jade Dynamite that at the event, Braxton Sutter will go one-on-one with Bloody Justice, adding to an already packed card. Will Bloody Justice be able to survive the cleaner? Shay Hoxton, unlike Perry Heenan, came into this season actually on a roll with the Anarchy Championship, but after he lost it, he kind of fell into a bit of a pit he struggled to get out of until recently, when he earned that international championship match against Pierre Thompson at Absolution. And although he wasn't able to take the championship home with him, Shay Hoxton knows that if he gets another chance, he will be able to get the job done. And I'm not going to doubt him. He took Pierre Thompson to the limit. And even in that tag team match last episode, Shay Hoxton is no doubt in the best condition of his entire career. I'd say outside and inside the ring. I'm actually starting to like Shay Hoxton a little bit. He's at least becoming a bit more tolerable. So here we go. Perry Heenan, Shay Hoxton, both looking for a shot at the International Championship. The winner can find themselves getting that opportunity, going right after each other, not even thinking about it. Heenan starts strong with a pendulum backbreaker. Hoxton bouncing back up, front headlock. Let's go, though. Oh, then a gouge of the eye. Stuck that finger in deep. Don't take that out of context, please. Modified back suplex. And Perry Heenan showing... Oh, hang on a minute. It's Dante Tatum. That's his music, at least. The NGW champion. Is he coming out here? Hang on. Don't turn around, Perry Heenan. Dante Tatum has just entered the ring from behind, guys. What's he doing? Sunset flip powerbomb from Tatum. And he hightails it out of the ring before referee Tyson knows what's going on. Hoxton won. Oh, but didn't even get a 2 count. I guess Dante Tatum has let everybody know, including Perry Heenan, that he still wants to be in talks of an international championship shot too. Even though Hoxton wasn't able to get the pin off that sunset flip powerbomb, goes for his sharpshooter, trying to continue taking advantage of the distraction offered up to him by Tatum, who has now disappeared off to the back. Perry Heenan getting a big old taste of his own medicine. The NGW champion, who feels as though he was robbed back at Absolution in the Royal Rumble match. When he entered, he was immediately eliminated by Pierre Thompson. Because of that, he's been petitioning General Manager Jay Dynamite to give him a match with the big dog. And Shea Hoxton chose him as his partner in that tag team match last episode. But again, he was unable to get his payback. So now I guess sending a message using Perry Heenan to do so. Hanging up Heenan on the top rope. Guys, this might be the most vulnerable we've seen Heenan in months. Big drop kick by the former Anarchy champion into a pin. 1. Only a 1 count though. Launching some stomps to the chest, one after the other, back to back. And there's that classic Shea Hoxton, never knows when to just shut his mouth and talk with his fists. Not entirely unlike Hawks to go to the top rope, but it is very rare. Will it pay off? It will. A picture-perfect elbow drop that would make Shawn Michaels proud. And here comes Hoxton with that choke slam of his. It would have been something to see him lift up to near 300 pounds of Perry Heenan, but the Pitbull not going to let it happen. Short arm clothesline. Look, he just hoists Hoxton up with ease. Another one. And I think we're going to get a third as well. Shea Hoxton has gone limp. He has no idea what he's in for. Maybe he does. Playing possum. Perry Heenan looking for the downtime powerbomb, but instead, Shea Hoxton coming in hot with these stomps, one after the other to the knee of Perry Heenan. I mean, if Shea Hoxton takes out the legs of the big man, Heenan won't be able to throw around that power of his. Reel him in, DDT, Hoxton stomp to the lower back, stomp to the bicep. Hoxton is on the verge of winning this thing. There's a feeling in the air. What's Hoxton doing here? I've never seen him come out of the corner with anything before. Hang on a minute. Goes for a punt. Tried to kick Perry Heenan right upside the head. Oh, and now he's passed out with exhaustion. That leaves him wide open for Heenan to hit a sit-out side slam. And gonna attempt the downtime powerbomb once more. All the way up and back down again. See you by 1, 2. Hoxton though. All right. I take back what I said. Shouldn't have doubted him. Hoxton's got a heart. It might be hard to see because of his extremely annoying personality, but okay, now this is something that is very rare. Perry Heenan going off the top rope. Now hang on a minute. Cross body. Now what? Hoxton has rolled through. And a back slam from the Gambler. Yes, please. That was awesome. That might be one of the greatest. Oh, Hoxton, I do not know about that. Just slapped Perry Heenan across the face. Brave, brave man. Now Hoxton going to the corner. He's going to try for that punt again, I think. Psyching himself up. Taking a deep breath. Lining up his shot. Keeping himself calm, and there it is. A boot right to the temple. 1, 2. But Perry Heenan still kicks out. I don't know of many men you can kick across the head and they still kick out, but Hoxton is not finished. He's got something else for the pit bull. 21, reverse. Heenan gets out of it. Punch to the upper back. A second sit-out Uranagi. Hoxton taking it like a champ. Getting right back up. Now we're getting a reversal fest like it's 1999 up in here. Counter after counter. Heenan's had enough. Lateral press gets out at 2. A close call, though. Heenan looking at Hoxton like, maybe I underestimated you. The fact that Heenan is even able to give this level of a fight after the interference and attack by Dante Tatum is impressive in and amongst itself. Deadlift, running power slam. And Heenan done playing with his food. Going for the powerbomb. Hoxton counters it for a second time in this match. He already got hit with it once. He was like, nah, I'm good. I do not need that in my life. Perry Heenan back up against the ropes. Shea has him in the middle of the ring. Continuing to stomp on that bicep throughout the match. I guess trying to make it harder for Perry Heenan to lift him up for the powerbomb, but look at this. The 21 attempted again, and I think this time he's going to get it. 21, 21. 1, 2, 3, no! Get out of here. Perry Heenan at 2.9999999. Able to somehow, in some way, keep going in this match. Hoxton trying for another submission, this time a modified STF. Heenan quick to get out of it. Perry is a submission expert we've seen throughout his CMV career. He's used many submission holds to defeat opponents. You saw how Perry Heenan tried to run? Perry Heenan is seriously questioning himself in this match. Hoxton was like, bitch, get back in that ring. But maybe it was a trap, maybe not. Snaps the arm over the shoulder. Big punch from behind. Hoxton launching some knees to the middle of the back. Combining it with a reverse DDT. I see Shea is grabbing at his midsection. Could be dealing with a bruised rib, perhaps even a broken rib. Remaining as cocky as ever, holding his boot to Heenan's throat. Shea's going to the corner again, guys. Changes his mind, however. Looking to change it up a bit. He gave Perry Heenan too much time, though. Misses the stop. Hoxton back up. Shoved back down to the mat with a Luthez press and right hands caving his face in. Perry Heenan seeing red at this point. Make it 3. Sit out Uranagis. Will we get a 3 count? Uno. Dos. No, we will not. Both of these men want that shot at the International Championship so bad. Only one, though, if either can obtain it. Dante Tatum making sure his name stays relevant in the argument. Shea Hoxton trying valiantly to escape, and he does. That abdominal stretch. Both men to their feet, staring each other down. Kick to the ribs. Dodges the punch, though. Forearm smash, clothesline. Hoxton sent to the outside. Have a nice trip. See you next fall. Perry Heenan saying, send me a postcard. Gonna try to win to be a count out. Shea Hoxton has until 20. Referee Tyson currently at 2. Now 3. And Perry Heenan just continuously taunting Shea Hoxton, saying, come on if he has what it takes. Sees Shea Hoxton getting to his feet, though. Decides to bring the party to him. Fireman's carry. Hoxton wiggles free. Impaler DDT on the outside. And that is going to ring Heenan's bell. Runs back into the ring. Hoxton in hot pursuit. Another reel-him-in DDT. Shoots the half. Lateral press. 1, 2. Hoxton hoping and praying he could steal it there. Not going to be quite so lucky for the second time in this match. Hoxton's feeling froggy. The gambling man going to throw caution to win. Another elbow drop, but this time it may be his downfall. Will it be down time? Sit out sidewalk slam. Perry Heenan so rugged. Power move after power move. Another running power slam. 1, 2. Hoxton just continues to amaze, though. This might be his best performance this season. The match still isn't over, but... Oh! Perry Heenan may very well have been going for another downtime powerbomb there. Hoxton throws him overhead. And now it is he who's doing the hunting. Shooting off another 21. Uno, dos. Heenan kicks out. This could be one of the best matches this season. Neither man wants to stay down, and it seems like they're willing to put their bodies through the ringer just to get this win. This win that spiritually may be a #1 contenders match, but nothing has been made official by General Manager Jay Dynamite, so it's really just pride keeping these two going. And there's no way that Heenan kicks out of the third 21 if Hoxton gets this off. And he does! 1, 2, 3! What? And Hoxton wipes the sweat from his face, saying, am I seeing things? And now he's laughing. I don't know what exactly Shea has to be laughing about right now. He's finding it impossible to keep the Pitbull down for a 3 count. He's tried submissions. He's done everything. Now he's just trying to tear those legs apart. And Perry Heenan, even though he kicked out, it may have just been out of instinct because he has not been able to reverse anything. Shea is having his way with him. Shoots the half, lateral press. 1, 2, nope. If I'm Hoxton right now, I'm thinking, is there anything I can do? Am I even capable of beating this man? Perry Heenan is not a man. Perry Heenan is a beast. Face first off the top turnbuckle. Gets a boot to the jaw. Elbow to the side of the head. Forearm smash back into the corner. Hoxton bounces right back with an elbow to the throat. Kick to the midsection. These two are so equally matched. 4. Sit out Uranagi. 1, 2, 3. Perry Heenan wins. And one of the better matches I have seen recently. You may even forget that Dante Tatum interfered and attacked Perry Heenan, which may be him signing his own death certificate. Well, Hoxton has nothing to be ashamed of. He hit Perry Heenan with 3 21s. 3 of them. Perry Heenan, though, is just on another level. Just one of the many times we thought Hoxton had Heenan beat. As Dante Tatum picked a fight with the wrong mofo, who is going to challenge Perry Heenan next. We know who Heenan wants. He wants Pierre Thompson for the International Championship. Will he get it? We'll have to wait to find out. And as we get ready for our co-main event, a tweet from Zach Angel, guys. He says, Fort Knox, an unpenetrable building. The front lines have fallen tonight. Soon, the lore of Fort Knox will crumble and the Angel will rise. Yeah, still no update on Knox's condition after what Zach Angel did to him backstage earlier tonight. Again, we're robbed of a actual singles match between the two. Hopefully there'll be some sort of repercussions for Angel, who's just running roughshod, it seems. But anyhow, Harvey Hastings is set to go one-on-one with Brett Angel. And what I do believe to be a first-time meeting between the two. I don't recall them ever facing off before. Two former world champions. Harvey Hastings last week attacked a returning Chris Diamond, which allowed Paul Devine to then beat Diamond. And what was the Baller's big return, his first singles match in over 8 months. Oh, and speaking of the devil, here comes Chris Diamond. Apparently he did take what happened last week personally. And these two resuming their rivalry from last year. Harvey Hastings, I do not think was expecting this. Oh, wait a minute. Holy. Harvey Hastings just threw Chris Diamond, guys, off the stage. And now Diamond is trapped down there. He can't get back up. Oh, but somehow he manages to kick Harvey Hastings in the face. Are we going to get security out here or something? Chris Diamond pulling Harvey down off the ramp, and now they're fighting in... I don't even know what to call that area. Just on the concrete. What the hell is going on? Can we please get some help out here? What's going through Brett Angel's mind right now, backstage, as he watches this on the monitor? I don't think Chris Diamond cares. Big punch, and Diamond stands over Harvey Hastings saying, "You want to fight? You've got it, buddy." A hell of a night it has been on Supremacy Episode 8, guys. But now it is time for our main event. Percy Simmons one-on-one with the undisputed world heavyweight champion Andrew Briggs. Hopefully nothing happens when we get to see this match. Because already Zach Angel versus Alistair Knox has been thrown out. And now we just saw Harvey Hastings versus Brett Angel not happening because of Chris Diamond. I don't blame the Baller, of course. Harvey Hastings definitely deserved that. He's the one that started the fight last episode when he cost Diamond that match against Paul Devine. But either way, this is what could be Simmons' last chance to get a shot at that world championship that Andrew Briggs possesses. Failure after failure this season on the part of Simmons has left many wondering just what is next for Mr. CMV, and especially since it seems as though the Control are drifting apart. We haven't seen them together in almost a month. Jamal Sadana was in a singles match last episode of Aftermath. I don't even know where the hell Cameron Cray is. I don't think either of them are here tonight, so that means they won't be ringside. Poor Simmons here. He's on his own. But we all know what Percy is capable of as a singles competitor, the longest reigning CMV light heavyweight champion of all time. And it's at the very start of this season that he faced Jacob Ziegler for the undisputed world heavyweight championship in the main event, a retaliation, and what still to this day may be the best match of this season. Maybe one of the best in CMV history. Percy Simmons since then hasn't gotten another shot at the world title, and although the championship isn't on the line here, if Percy Simmons beats Andrew Briggs, surely he will get a shot in the future. Briggs has already got a lot on his mind. He now knows that next week, right here on Supremacy, he's going to have to defend his championship against George King. And then even if he retains against King, he'll then have to defend against 4 other men. Xander Slate, Joshua, Brett Angel, and Reese Ortiz, and a championship scramble match at Homecoming. There are so many roadblocks popping up for Andrew on the road to Ascendant 7, where he hopes to achieve yet another boyhood dream and main event the show shows against the Royal Rumble winner, TJ Moon. Simmons might have something to say about that, though. George King might have an objection. And the other 4 men in the championship scramble certainly have got their chance to stop them from doing so. But that's what comes with being a champion. You've got a target on your back, and you've got to be ready to deal with it. Simmons knows what that's like. Another thing to note, Percy Simmons is not wearing his control shirt as he comes out here. That to me signifies that the control is definitely no more. And if so, what happens next for Simmons, Sedana, and Cray? Andrew Briggs has had a stranglehold this season on the entire roster. Up until a few weeks ago, when he was pinned by Pierre Thompson, Andrew was unbeaten in any capacity for almost a year. And even after that loss to Pierre, he still picked himself up, dusted himself off, and defeated Xander Slate at Absolution. Who would have thought 3 years ago, when Andrew Briggs with blonde hair and a big beard debuted alongside his brother Duke in a tag team called the Misfits, that here today he'd be a 3-time light heavyweight champion, a King of the Ring winner, a former Fusion Tag Team champion, and most importantly, world champion. For over 5 months now, Andrew Briggs has held that world championship. As a matter of fact, he is nipping at the heels of Justin Sane's record for longest reigning undisputed world heavyweight champion of all time. Justin Sane, who held that title for 7.5 months. Totally combined, a year and 2 months. That's looking far ahead, though, for Briggs, who's only focused right now is Percy Simmons. Side headlock by Andrew. Doing a bit of a headstand. Never one to shy away from showing off. He's a phenomenal superstar. Nothing wrong with proving it sometimes. Now flicking the sweat from his hair down onto Percy Simmons. That's a bit disrespectful. Big elbow drop to the chest. And a stomp. Now a stomp to the wrist. And a half camel clutch. Percy Simmons has not been himself these last few months, guys. Big reason for that may be his beef with COO Triple H. But he's also got to take responsibility. All he's got to do is get himself out of this rut he's been in. And I know that Simmons has what it takes to one day be world champion. He proved it against Jacob Ziegler at Retaliation. Lateral press by Simmons. I honestly think Simmons joining forces with Jamal Sedana and Cameron Cray forming the Control is kind of what's kept Simmons back this season. He's been more concerned with, defying authority than actually achieving his potential. Forward Russian leg sweep. Almost had Briggs in trouble, get a bit of a botched wheel kick. Elbow to the inside of the thigh. Percy Simmons going to hammer away at that knee. Jay Dynamite is really giving Simmons golden opportunity. Look at these elbows to the inside of the thigh over and over again. Andrew Briggs, we know he loves to use those knees of his. If you incapacitate the legs, Andrew loses just about half of his offense. See, Percy Simmons is a smart man. He is what you would call a thinking man's wrestler. Again, with the elbow drop. Andrew Briggs could go to the top rope. See, it's Briggs who definitely can't afford to lose a match like this. Nice! Missile drop kick while Simmons was down on one knee. I don't believe I've ever seen it executed like that before, but it was definitely effective. George King is watching this one from the back. Xander Slate, Josh Wolf, Brett Angel, Reese Ortiz are all watching. PJ Moon has got his eyes on the monitor, no doubt in the back. even after his loss to Xander Slate earlier tonight. We know who Moon wants at Ascendance. He said it right after winning the Royal Rumble match. I would love nothing more than to take the title from Andrew Briggs. The former tag team partners, friends, won the second annual X-Gen Tag Team Classic, won the Fusion Tag Team titles together. Then we know what happened. PJ Moon stabbed Briggs in the back. They waged war for months over the World Championship. PJ Moon's career was almost ended, but actually thanks to Percy Simmons and the Control, PJ Moon got another chance, won the Royal Rumble, now here we are. Briggs has got a lot of obstacles to overcome, though, if we're to get PJ Moon versus Andrew Briggs in the main event of the show of shows. Simmons getting knocked to the outside. Cheeky little jab. These two have certainly shared a ring with each other before, but I may be wrong. I'm pretty sure this is the first time they are going one-on-one. Been pretty slow pace so far. Both men watching themselves because, again, neither wants to lose this match. I mean, nobody ever wants to lose a match, but even more so. Percy Simmons knows if he wins, he may get a future shot at the World Championship. Andrew Briggs knows if he loses, he'll show weakness to all of the challengers who are hot on his tail. Kick to the midsection, gets caught into a dragon screw. Andrew Briggs bumping into referee Tyson on the way to the top rope again. Briggs with an elbow drop. You never know when Andrew goes to the top rope what he's going to pull out. More often than not, it's that corkscrew moonsault of his, which he's put away many opponents with. But that elbow drop was done. The textbook execution. Misses the clothesline, and that just may be the opening Percy needs. This from the... Oh! Beautiful disaster kick. Guys, I think Andrew's out. He's sleeping. Waking up just in time for a very, very close fall. By the skin of his teeth, Andrew Briggs gets out of that one, and now we get a modified air raid siren. 1, 2... Percy Simmons could become only the second man this entire season to defeat Andrew Briggs. He's got the chance. Hang on! Wall Street crash! Wall Street crash from Percy Simmons! 1, 2... Oh. But Andrew, with little to no time left, gets his shoulder up off the mat, and Percy is beside himself. Andrew uses those precious few seconds to take a deep breath. Irish whip into the corner. Percy's got to know what's coming his way. Gets the hell out of Dodge, but Andrew quickly taking back control with that back suplex. Now hyping up these fans, thriving off their energy. Clothesline. Clothesline again. Ducks Percy's clothesline. Leaping lariat from the world champion. Percy! Playing possum, small package, upset, no! Tries to steal it, no luck. Mr. CMV, he calls himself, shining brightly in the main event here on Supremacy number 8. Can he defeat the world champion and prove he still has what it takes to be the face that runs the place? Speaking of face, Percy getting his caved in. The Shining Wizard, the short arm clothesline, the pin, the 1, the 2, and the 3. No. Andrew Briggs going so far as to argue with referee Tyson. He can't believe that wasn't a 3 count. Reverse chin lock. Andrew making sure he stays in control. Percy is trapped. He's got nowhere to go. Another surprise pin! Percy Simmons, man, can get you from all angles. Another. As close gets fall. And Briggs is getting a bit miffed at this point. He's ticked. I don't think he came out here expecting such a fight from Percy Simmons. But if you're in Percy's position right now, you know that you've got to go out here and fight for your life. Because if Percy does not have his arm raised in victory at the end of the night, he may have to kiss those dreams of being world champion goodbye once and for all. Snaps the arm over the shoulder. Andrew Briggs, wide open for attack. Simmons tries to close in. Clothesline from Andrew. Grabs him by the shoulders, dragging him towards the center of the ring. Slicking back the hair, rolling it, neck snap. Andrew again pandering to these fans. It's such a good idea, though. They're cheering him on. They're behind him 100%. Back to this half camel clutch. Will Percy Simmons be embarrassed? Will he have to submit? No, he will not. A third cross body, and once more, the barrage of lefts and rights. Kick to the midsection. Percy turning it into an exploder. Andrew Briggs is slipping into the deep end. Percy knows it. Will Briggs go under? 1, 2, 3. Percy Simmons has just pinned Andrew Briggs. Percy Simmons is the second man to do so this entire season. Mr. CMV proves that he is still at the top of his game. Incredible. I take back everything I said. And Andrew Briggs is not happy about that result. Is the world champion slipping? Is the reign coming to an end? And if so, by whose hand? Well, guys, as always, thank you for tuning in and watching along with me. Do not forget, Aftermath will start in just about 10 minutes or so, but if I do not see you there, I certainly hope to see you tomorrow for NGW. Friday going to be Supremacy, the go-home edition before Homecoming this Sunday. If you are new to the stream, make sure you drop a follow so that you know when I go live, you get those cheeky notifications. And if you want to join CMV, !join will give you a link to our website, communityuniverse.4motion.com, !join. !CMV for more information. But I love you. I hope you have a lovely rest of your Monday night, and I will see you when I see you. Bye.